Welcome back to this nice little modern house tutorial. This one is actually pretty quickly to build and you only really need smooth quartz and some wood to build this. So let's jump right into the schematics after we watch the cinematic. So we're going to start by building with our white concrete. We're going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just on a preface, you can actually use white concrete or smooth quartz, whichever is tickles your fancy. I'm just using white concrete because that's what was in my hand at the moment I started recording. So after building 9 blocks here, we're going to then go ahead over to here and we're going to add ourselves 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to now add ourselves 1, 2, 3. Then in the middle here, we're going to extend this. Just keep extending it like that. Just like that, keep extending it. There we go. Then what we now need to do around the edges here, we're going to get ourselves our stained glass pane, our black stained glass pane. We're going to go to the edges here and then we're going to build this all the way around the edge like this. And then now what we're going to do is we're going to use the oak stairs, build 2 blocks here. Then we're going to use our oak stairs and then build blocks here and here, just like that. Then what we now need to do is along here, what we're going to do is destroy a layer just like this. There we go. And we're going to leave a space right there. So leave a space right there. So now what we need to do, add white concrete, 2 blocks here. Then add yourself 2 more oak stairs, 1, 2. Then add 1, nope. Add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then add 1, 2, 3. Then what we need to do is we need to add ourselves white concrete going along here like this. There we go. And then what we need to do is we need to get ourselves our grass. And then we need to add this in here just like this. There we go. There we go. Add ourselves grass. There we go. So that is pretty cool there. And then what we now need to do is we now need to use our oak planks. And we now need to continue to build across. So we're going to build across here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then of course we're going to build ourselves 1, 2, 1, 2. And then what we need to do is we need to build ourselves 1, 2, 3, just like that. So 4 along here. And of course, if you guys are getting confused, just use the reference images that I did at the start of the video. Just refer back to those because those help you out. And I'm actually using those myself to build the tutorial. Then along here, we're going to build from here. So we're going to start 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and connect it up right here, just like that, as you guys can see. So now that that is done, of course, what we now need to do is we now need to continue on with this build. Over here, what we want to do is extend this up, join this up. Then what we want to do is we want to build 1, 2, 3. Then what we want to do here is we want to build up 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, just like that. So it should be 3 going down and 3 here. Then what we want to do now is along this layer here, we want to build ourselves oak planks like that. Then what we now need to do is over here, we want to build 1, 2, 3. And then what we want to do here is we want to build 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then what we want to do is add some more glass planes, just like this. Here we go. Then we want to build all the way across here, just like that. All the way across here. Here, like that. There we go. There we go. Just like that. So now we've added 3 layers of quartz like that. We're now going to go ahead and use our white concrete and build all the way across until we reach this point right here, as you guys can see. Then in the middle right here, okay, we're going to add 2 doors, 1, 2. And then on this side right here, we're going to add ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4. And then along the here, we're going to add 2, like that. And then along the top here, we're going to add 1, 2, 3, just like that. And then of course, what we want to do is we now want to add ourselves our stairs going to the top. So what we need to do here is we're going to build 1 block right here like this. Then we're going to add 1, 2, 3. Then going down, we're going to build this into the ground like that. Then what we now need to do here is we now need to join this up. And then along the bottom here, what we're going to do is we're going to place a block here, another one here, and then join this up just like that. Then what we now need to do is we now need to get our water buckets. And then, in fact, before we do that, we want to actually place white concrete along the ground. There we go. Place white concrete along the ground. There we go. There we go, just like that. And then along here, we want to also place water buckets along here as well. Just like that. Then what we want to do is we want to get a water bucket. So we want to place this in here like that. As you guys can see. Then in here, we want to do the same as well. And as you guys can see, that's how the water should be. Now what we need to do here is we now need to add our stairs going upwards. So for a moment, we're going to just have to destroy this block just so that we can get the stairs placed. So we just need to place stairs going all the way up. So wooden stairs going all the way up, just like this. And 2 at the top, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, not like that, like this. Then we're going to just destroy these just like that. There we go. So that should look pretty awesome. So now that that is done, we're now going to use our white concrete here, build up 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to build across here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just like that. Then we're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that should be correct. And if you ever get confused, just know that things are very symmetrical. So this lines up with that. This lines up with this. So yeah, this should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like that. And most things line up with each other, so never get that confused. You can't get too confused. So now that that is done, we're going to come over to this point right here. We're going to add ourselves a layer of quartz again. So just add a layer of, not quartz, white concrete like that. And then on the edge here, we're going to add ourselves oak planks. So we're going to add 1, 2, 3. We're going to add ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to add ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Add yourself some oak planks, 1, 2, 3. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add ourselves some white concrete on here. In fact, yeah, we're just going to add ourselves some white concrete going up here and along this ledge, just like that. And along here and all the way along here like that. There we go. And what we want to do is we now want to make sure that we add ourselves the rest of the top part. So we're going to come over to here and then we're going to add ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just like that. And then we're going to build this down into the ground. And then we're going to build this all the way across here, just like that. There we go. And then now that that is done, what we want to do is we want to build ourselves the next part of the build, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's this part right here, the above part. So now that that is done, we're going to just quickly add ourselves a layer of quartz along the top layer here, just like this. Now that it's done, we're going to add some more quartz along here. So add quartz along this path and along this path like this. So now that that is done, what we now need to do is we now need to get our oak planks. And we now need to continue on building what we did at the bottom and continue on to building up. So the pillars that we did at the bottom, let's build it up 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3. Then we got to get ourselves black stained glass planes, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just fill in this like that. And then fill this in right here, just like that. There we go. Then, of course, what we just did, okay, we're going to add ourselves, I think, in fact, you know what, let's not do that yet. I don't want to confuse you guys too much. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go on to a different side of the house because this first part is complete. So we're going to go onto this side now. So now from here, we're going to add ourselves 9 wooden blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then we're just going to build this up to the same height. Now that that is done, what we're going to do is we're going to use our white concrete and we're going to build all the way to the end of this. Then we're going to build up all the way, okay, until it joins to the same height as this. Then from here, we're going to build all the way in here. And then we're going to build all the way across here like this. And then we're going to fill in this area with a white concrete too. Along the back here, it's pretty simple. We're going to use our white concrete and we're just going to build all the way across here like this. There we go. And once that is in total, that should be 23 blocks. Then along the back here, we're going to build ourselves oak planks, 1, 2, 3. Then what we're going to have ourselves is black stained glass planes. We're going to have ourselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's 6. And then we're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then we're going to do that again. Then what we're going to do is we're going to add ourselves some oak planks again here. And then we're just going to fill in the oak planks from here all the way to here. Okay, so now that that is done, what we now need to do is we now need to add ourselves going wood along the bottom here, like this. Okay, and then of course, along the ground floor, we're going to add ourselves some wood. But of course, we need to figure out that part first. But what we're going to do here is we're going to add ourselves white concrete build along here, like this. There we go. And then what we now need to do is along the top here, we're going to add ourselves 14 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that should line up perfectly with this right here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to extend it by, I believe, 2 blocks. So just one, not 2, just 1 block. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use our wood, and we're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then we're going to build that across again. Then we're going to do that across again, just like this. Then now that's done, we now need to get ourselves our glass, and we actually need to build some along the edge here. So along this edge right here, start here, build that all the way along here, and then build that along all the way along the edge here, and then build that all the way along until you get to this piece of wood right there, just like that. Now it's pretty evident what we need to do here. All along this first floor, we need to add ourselves some white concrete. Now that is done, as you guys can see, we're going to go on to the next part of the build, which is this part of the build right here. And now what we need to do is we now need to go over here. We're going to use our gray stained glass. We're going to build up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2. Then in the middle here, we're going to add our 2 doors. Then right here, we're going to add ourselves 1, 2, 3. Then along the top here, we're going to build this all the way across. Then what we're now going to do is over here, we're going to add 2 blocks. Then from here, we're going to just join this up. Then what we now need to do is we now need to use our oak planks, and we now need to get ourselves our doors. So build a layer up here, then get yourselves an oak door, build 2 doors right here, build yourselves some oak planks right here, 1 pillar going all the way up, add some gray stained glass above the top. Then when we come to here, all we got to do from here to there, add yourself some gray stained glass. Then what we got to do is we got to add ourselves a white concrete in the middle along here. So now what we can do now is we can now focus on getting this part of the build done. This part of the build is actually pretty easy. So let's go ahead and do that right now. What we want to do over here is we want to add ourselves a pillar of wood just here, just like that. Then in this part right here, what we want to do is break this block, add ourselves 3 pillars of wood, build those 3 pillars up to the same height as the others, just like that. Then add wood here too, just like that. Then down here, what we want to do, add yourselves all the wood, just like that. Then what we now want to do is in here is we want to add ourselves some glass. Okay, so add yourselves some glass, just like that. In fact, that is what we're supposed to do. In fact, make sure there's a block right here. And make sure that this is destroyed, that is destroyed. And yeah, and then we're going to add ourselves the glass right here, just like that. That is a little bit messy, but that is what we're supposed to do. You could just, if it's too messy for you, just add a wooden wall here, because that is much easier than dealing with the entire mess. But now that that is done, we must now embark on our journey to finish the interior. So inside we go, open this up, and of course it's pretty simple. What we need to do on this ground floor is just add a whole bunch of wood. So that's what we're going to do. Make sure when you're adding the wood, you add it underneath these, because this is actually how it looks a lot better and it looks a lot cleaner. So if we're underneath these parts, make sure you add the wood there too. As for this area right here, we're just going to add ourselves oak planks here, and then add yourselves oak planks here, and then just destroy that there too. So now that that is done, as you guys can see, we got easy access for this place. As you guys see, open up here, easy to get into. Many different ways that you can build this house, and of course if you want, you can keep this open, but I would just say black stained glass panes. Of course, downstairs, not gonna lie, I do regret making the decision to add the glass here. I would say it is really nice, but since it's actually really confusing, you can just shut this off by adding yourself just wood here, just like that, and then just adding that, because it's much more cleaner, and then just adding a wooden pillar here, And that is much more cleaner than having all of that mess. So far, so good. The house looks amazing. And as always, we add the mandatory leaves with ourselves some fences. So we're going to place some fences right here. 1, 2, 3. And then just place some jungle leaves just like this. And just scatter them about. And then the rest, we can just literally, we could just bone meal the ground. And then whatever happens, happens, as you guys can see right there. So that looks nice. Some nice vegetation and house complete.